We're back again with now part 4 of Bluetick Pig. In the green and beautiful month of April, flowers bloomed in the Powell's yard. Leaves came back to the trees, and the winds rustled the leaves. Bluetick could look through her woven wire pen and see all of this, but she couldn't get out to eat the lush green yard grasses and the flowers. She was fed extra milk in her trough 6 times a day. She was growing so fast that she required more food. Molly even baked a small pan of cornbread for her each day. Sarah would pull weeds from the garden and put them in Bluetick's pen, which Bluetick loved. There was one thing that Bluetick didn't like. She did not like her pen. She would walk around the woven wire fence that enclosed her, look out at the holes between the meshes, and grunt. Bluetick wanted out of her pen. She wanted to be free like the other animals. On May 1st, when Bluetick was 6 weeks old, Sarah opened the door of Bluetick's pen. Sarah brought Bluetick's trough outside so she could feed Bluetick in the yard. Now, Bluetick, you are too big now for the big owl to swoop down out of the night and carry you away. Sarah spoke gently to Bluetick as she held Bluetick in her arms. You're too big for the wild fox to sneak into our yard to get you. And I know you won't leave us. I'm going to give you the freedom of this yard. Then Mick came out of the house into the yard. Sarah, let me lift Bluetick. I want to guess how much she weighs. I've never seen a pig grow faster. Phew, she will soon be a shoat. I thought sure he was a shoat. Okay. When Mick lifted Bluetick into his arms, she talked to him with her friendly grunts. Oh, what a fine, pretty pig you are, Bluetick. You weigh about 35 pounds. 6 weeks ago, Molly fixed a bottle for you. You were no larger than a brown wood mouse. Then Mick put her down in the yard, which was covered with a carpet of green grass. Bluetick took a bite of grass. Oh, she liked the taste. Then she began to pick grass like a cow, calf, sheep, or mule. But Sarah went to the cellar and brought milk for Bluetick's breakfast as usual. Molly came from the kitchen with a plate stacked high with square pieces of cornbread. She crumbled these into Bluetick's creamy sweet milk. When Bluetick finally saw the milk in her trough, she stopped eating the grass and came running. As soon as Bluetick had finished her milk and bread, she left the trough with her tummy stretched as tight as a banjo head, and then went back to eating grass. Mom, will you watch over Bluetick today? Sarah said to her mother. I won't be here. I'll be working with Miss Winfield. She wants me to help her in the garden again. Yes, Finn and Glenna will play with her. After Sarah's day of picking sugar snap peas, she was very tired when she walked up the path to her home. Bluetick ran to meet her. Well, Bluetick, you're friendlier than our dogs, Sarah said, picking her big pig up in her arms. She carried Bluetick to the house. And you try to talk to me in your language, and I talk to you in mine. I think we understand each other. Bluetick grunted faster and louder. She made so much noise that the Powells couldn't hear one another talk. She's so glad that we're all here and that she's with us again, Sarah said, stroking Bluetick's face and back. You love us, don't you, Bluetick? Sarah put Bluetick down gently on the front yard grass. When the Powells went inside the house, they fastened the screen door behind them. They left Bluetick standing at the front door, looking through the screen at them inside the living room. I don't know if that's the first time she's not been allowed in the house, or if they're just trying to make a statement now, or if she's used to that. But either way, I think she wants to be part of the family. I think she wants to be inside that house. That's just me, just speculating. That's not in the book. All right, here we go. One afternoon, when Sarah came home from work, Bluetick ran down the path to meet her. Bluetick had a red ribbon around her neck that was tied in a bow on top. Martha who had her playhouse and dolls in the yard under the shade of an oak tree, had dressed her dolls and had tied ribbons on them. She, Finn, and Glenna were standing in the front yard laughing when Bluetick went to meet Sarah. "How do you like the ribbon around her neck?" Martha asked. Well, there's Bluetick, running down the path towards Sarah. "Well, I like it," Sarah said, picking Bluetick up in her arms. "She's a girl, and now she looks good with a ribbon around her neck tied in a bow. You look pretty, don't you, girl?" Bluetick grunted to Sarah, like a happy dog barked to a girl. Mick walked from the barn, saw the ribbon around Bluetick's neck, and laughed. Molly laughed loudly when she walked out of the house and joined them. "She's getting very heavy for me to carry her," Sarah said. "Girl, you'll soon be too big for me to tote. I can tell the difference in your size every day when I pick you up." Let me do one more stopping point. One Friday morning in early May, after Sarah had fed Bluetick a good breakfast, she went on her way to work in the garden with Mrs. Winfield. Sarah was about halfway to Mrs. Winfield's house when she heard grunts behind her. She turned to look back and saw Bluetick running and grunting. Bluetick was almost out of breath. I guess that must be what the picture is, because she's behind Sarah trying to run and catch up. "Bluetick," Sarah said. Bluetick came to a stop when she reached Sarah. "Now, why have you followed me?" Then Bluetick grunted real fast to Sarah, as if she were explaining why she had come. Sarah stroked her back. "Well, I guess it'll be all right for you to go on with me," Sarah told her. "I can't take you back home now. Miss Winfield needs me today. Surely she won't care for you being around. You won't harm anything in the garden." "Oh." What do you think about that? Do you think this pig that loves to eat won't harm anything in the garden? I think there's going to be a problem today. When Sarah arrived at the Winfield house, Mr. Winfield had his wonderful mule, Edna, hitched to the express wagon and was waiting for Sarah. "Well, where on earth did you get that big, fine-looking pig, Sarah?" "I got it from you." "You mean that little old runt pig I sold you for a day's work?" "Yes, this is the one." Mr. Winfield got down off the express wagon seat. "Sarah, that pig's as big as any 3 of the 16 pigs my sow has now. Let's walk over here to our pig pen. See if your pig will know her mother, sisters, and brothers." When Mr. Winfield walked up beside his pig pen, Bluetick's mother got up from lying down. She put her nose up against the wire and grunted loudly when she saw Bluetick. Bluetick's little brothers and sisters also came to the fence and grunted to the big, husky pig outside in the yard. Bluetick didn't realize that these were her mother and her brothers and sisters. She didn't grunt back to them. She backed away from the fence. She acted as if she didn't know what they were. "She doesn't know she's a hog," Mr. Winfield said. "Runt pig, raised by the kindness of people who love her, thinks she's a person." Mr. Winfield then asked, "Will you Bluetick Pig follow the express wagon?" "Yes, she will if I'm on it." Mr. Winfield and Sarah climbed up onto the wagon. Edna had been patiently waiting for them. She started pulling the wagon down the road. Sarah rode beside Mr. Winfield, and when Sarah turned to look back, Bluetick was following the wagon down the road. That's where we're stopping. Okay, so once again, they're driving out to the garden where Sarah's going to help Mrs. Winfield pick vegetables. We have a pig who loves to eat grass, or just loves to eat anything. Like I said, I think this might prove to be an issue. Let's hold up. Let's find out. Stay tuned for the next episode of Bluetick Pig.